Dear students, I am Dr. Timmegowda NR, Department of Chemistry, Government SKSJ Technological Institute, KR Circle, Bangalore. In this video lecture, I am going to explain the continuation of Engineering Chemistry Module 2, Corrosion and Metal Finishing. In my previous session 7, I explained one of the metal finishing technique, that is electroless plating, in which I explained introduction to electroless plating, the steps involved in electroless plating, the components which are required to conduct electroless plating, and finally electroless plating of nickel and its applications. In this session 8, I'm going to explain electroless plating of copper and its applications, and finally the differences between electroplating and electroless plating process. As I explained in previous session, electroless plating is a method of controlled deposition of a layer of metal on the catalytically active surface of another metal or alloy or non-metal using a suitable reducing agent as a source of electrons without using electric current. So here the substrate may be a metal or non-metal. It is this electroless plating applicable for both metals as well as non-metals. So next, the steps involved in electroless plating of copper, particularly because I am going to explain electroless plating of copper in next slide. So the first step is surface preparation. That is nothing but surface cleaning. So because before going for electroless plating, the surface of the substrate must be very clean. So we should clean the surface by using some organic solvents and alkali like sodium hydroxide or sodium carbonate solutions. So under these conditions, we can remove if any oil, grease materials or any organic impurities present on the surface of the substrate. And afterwards, again that substrate is washed by dipping in dilute acids. It is to remove if any inorganic oxides present on the surface of the substrate. And also we can use mechanical cleaning to remove any oxides if present on the surface of the substrate. But the dipping of that substrate in dilute acid solutions, that process is called pickling process. And after this process, finally that substrate must be rinsed with distilled water to remove if any residual acid present on the surface of the substrate. After this cleaning process, the next step is surface activation. So because the electroless plating is a slow process, because we are using reducing agent as a source of electrons. To activate this reduction process, the surface must be activate. Here, if the substrate is made up of either nickel, cobalt, palladium, aluminum, rhodium, then no need to go for any surface activation, because these metals itself provide activated surface for plating of copper. If the substrate is like non-catalytic metals, the substrate it is non-catalytic metals, then it is the surface is activated by dipping in palladium chloride HCl solution. So here palladium, it is an catalytic metal. By dipping in it, we can activate the surface. Suppose if the substrate is, it's a non-conductor, it's a non-metals, for example, glass, plastic, ceramics, etc. Then first the surface is activated by dipping in stannous chloride HCl solution. Yes, stannous chloride is a reducing agent. And afterwards, again, that substrate is rinsing by immersing in the solution of palladium chloride HCl solution. Here, palladium is a catalytic metal. So under this condition, we can create very active surface for further electrolysis plating. So how to conduct electrolysis plating of copper? We already come across the surface preparation, the surface cleaning, and later surface activation. So after that, that substrate should be taken into, transfer into the electrolysis plating bath. Electrolysis plating bath. It consists of the metal salt solution. Here we are going to plate copper. We need copper ions in solution. So suitable salt is copper sulfate. Its approximate concentration, it's 12 grams per liter. It may be vary. And other very, very important component is reducing agent. It is the source of electrons because we are not using DC source here. The electrons is provided by reducing agent. The suitable reducing agent for this electrolysis splitting of copper is formaldehyde. The approximate concentration is about 8 grams per liter. And other additives to get very good electrolysis plating layer, we should use some additives like complexing agent. A suitable complexing agent is EDTA, ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid, or ethylene diamine tetraacetate. So this will help to balance the concentration of copper ions in the electrolysis plating bath. And another important additive is buffer solution. Here, to maintain the required pH 11 for this electrolysis plating of copper, the suitable buffer, it is sodium hydroxide and Rachelay salt. So Rachelay salt is potassium sodium tartarate. The combination of sodium hydroxide and Rachelay salt will provide the pH 11. And another additive is stabilizer. It will help to prevent some decomposition of the plating bath components. The suitable stabilizer is thiourea, and the required temperature for this electrolysis plating of copper is 25 degrees Celsius. These are all the conditions is stabilized to get the required electrolysis plating of copper. Under these conditions, oxidation and reduction reactions will occur simultaneously. The reducing agent present in the electrolysis plating bath, that is formaldehyde, it will undergo oxidation by reacting with hydroxide ions present in the bath, and it will release or donate electrons. And then the copper 2+ ions present in the electrolysis plating bath will gain that electrons released by reducing agent, and it becomes neutral copper atom, and it will deposit on the surface of the substrate. So copper 2+ present in the solution will undergo reaction by gaining 2 electrons released by formaldehyde, and it becomes copper, and that copper will deposit on the surface of the substrate. And we should maintain this condition for some required time to get required thickness of this copper layer on the substrate. So in this way, we can conduct electroless plating of copper. So let's go through the important applications of electroless plating of copper, that is manufacturing of printed circuit boards, PCB. The steps which are involved in manufacturing of printed circuit boards are: the first, they will choose required substrate. It may be plastic. You can see here, this is the final printed circuit board. In this, they have selected plastic as a base material, and after surface preparation and surface activation, they will go for electroless plating process of copper. And after this process, the complete surface of the substrate, like the plastic, will covered with copper layer. And then in the next step, the required area of the copper is protected, and the unwanted the copper layer is removed, or it's removed. That is etching process to obtain some suitable circuit pattern. The required the copper layer will retain, they will retain, and the copper layer in unwanted area, it will be removed. That is etching process. And finally, some track will be produced. You can see here there are two layers. One is top layer and other one is bottom layer. In both the sides, that the circuit can that components can be loaded to connect some that top layer components with the bottom layer components. The next step, they will go for drilling process to provide some connection between top layer components to bottom layer components. Should go for drilling process through this polymer sheet. And after drilling, we can see inside the hole of the plastic, there is no copper layer. There is no copper layer, and the circuit will not complete. To complete that circuit, it needs to be put copper in this inner layer of the holes. So again, in the next step, the surface activation, this surface activation, and electroless plating inside the holes, they will conduct. And finally, you can observe, you can compare here, there is no copper layer, and in final stage, there is a copper layer. It is deposited inside the hole also. Now you can observe it is the circuit is closed. Now circuit is closed. That is bottom layer components also connected with the top layer components, so that more and more components can be loaded on a single sheet of poly. So in this way, you can use this electroless plating of copper process for manufacturing of printed circuit boards. If we come to applications of electroless plating of copper, you can see here, it is used for metallizing printed circuit boards, as we discussed now. And it is that electroless plating of copper is used to produce through hole connections. Through hole connections. So this is the one, through hole connections. And electroless plating of copper, it is used for plating on non-conductors. So the base materials are non-conductors on which you can put the required metals on non-conductors. And it's a base for subsequent conventional electroplating process. And finally, the it is electroless plating of copper can be used for decorative plating on plastics. And this electroless plating, it is mainly suitable for some irregular shapes as well as regular shape. In both the cases, this is the best method can be used. So, in, these are the some of the applications of electroless plating of copper. So let's go through some differences between electroplating and electroless plating process. The first difference, you can see the picture here. We used here separate substrate and separate anode material. And main difference is we are using battery to conduct electroplating process. Battery, we are using battery as a source of electrons. But if we come to electroless plating, here we are not using battery. So the first one, driving force, electrical energy is used. That means battery is used to conduct electroplating, but electrical energy is not used. Battery is not used for electroless plating, but here redox reaction will take place and reducing agent will provide electrons. Here instead of battery, reducing agent will provide electrons. And the separate anode is used in this electroplating process. Separate anode is used in electroplating process. And here there is no separate anode material, but reducing agent itself, it functions like anode. It will release electron after oxidation. And in electroless electroplating, the metal will undergo an anodic reaction. The metal will undergo oxidation and releases electrons. But in electroless plating, reducing agent will undergo oxidation and it releases electrons. And if you come to site of cathode, in electroplating, on surface of metal to be plated, it is just on the surface of the metal to be plated, the reduction will occur, it acting as a cathode. But if we come to electroless plating, the reduction reaction occur on catalytically active surface of the article. So here the activation is not required in the case of electroplating, but surface activation is required for electroless plating. So because it's a slow process, so activation is required here. And this electroplating is suitable for only conductors. Only conductor. That is the main difference between electroplating and electroless plating. But the electroless plating is suitable for both conductors, semiconductors, and also insulators like plastics, glasses. That is the main advantage of electroless plating. If we come to efficiency, the electroplating is not satisfactory for some irregular shaped articles, like inside the drilled hole, some irregular shapes articles. This method is not satisfactory, but the electroless plating gives satisfactory results both for regular shaped articles as well as some irregular shaped articles. So these are some of the differences between electroplating and electroless plating. These are some of the reference materials you can go through. And let's go through some multiple choice questions covered under this session, not 7, it's 8, sorry. Question number 1, during electroless plating, the surface treatment process pickling is used to? Option A, to remove grease on metal surface. Option B, to remove oxide scale on metal surface. Option C, to remove paint on metal surface. Option D, to remove dust on metal surface. So pickling process means the substrate material is washed by using dilute acids. It is to remove oxide scale on metal surface. So answer is B. Question number 2. The use of reducing agent in electroless plating is? Option A, provides metal ions required for plating. Option B, the reducing agent maintains suitable pH. Option C, reducing agent provides electrons. Option D, all the above. As we discussed, reducing agent will provide electrons. The right answer is option C. Question number 3. Source copper in electroless plating of copper is? Option A, DC source. Option B, copper sulfate. Option C, EDTA. Option D, all the above. So the source of copper in electroless plating of copper is copper sulfate. The right answer is option B. Question number 4. The suitable metal finishing technique used for the production of double-sided printed circuit board is? Option A, electroplating. Option B, electroless plating. Option C, galvanizing. Option D, tinning. The suitable metal finishing technique for printed circuit board manufacturing is electroless plating. Question number 5. The suitable metal finishing technique for irregular objects is? Option A, electroplating. Option B, electroless plating. Option C, electroforming. Option D, electrochemical etching. So as we discussed, the suitable metal finishing technique for irregular objects is electroless plating. The right answer is option B. I will I'm completing the module 2, corrosion and metal finishing, with this final session 8. Thank you.